Something very hollow is happening in Hollywood. Over the last 2 years, a wave of dramatic weight loss and razor-sharp cheekbones has taken over red carpets, and people are starting to ask the same question. Is it Ozempic? Is it Buccal fat removal? Or maybe it's both. Now, before the comment section explodes, this is not about body shaming. This is about a very specific aesthetic trend that's making some of the most beautiful people on earth look tired, gaunt, and honestly just unwell. First up, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe has been open about working out and transforming her body over the years, but recently fans have noticed a much slimmer frame and a more hollowed out face. I mean, she's denied using Ozempic, but the conversation hasn't stopped. The sharp, cheekbones and thinner jawline have people debating whether dramatic weight loss from whatever method is aging her faster than expected. Next up, Sharon Osbourne. Now, Sharon actually admitted to using Ozempic. She's spoken publicly about losing more weight than she intended and struggling to gain it back. And you can see it in her face. It's become noticeably thinner, especially around the cheeks. She's been honest about, the downside, saying she feels she went too far. That transparency, it's refreshing, but it also shows how powerful and aggressive these medications can be. Then we have Scott Disick. Now, fans were shocked by recent photos where he looked dramatically slimmer and visibly gaunt. Online speculation immediately linked the look to Ozempic, though he hasn't confirmed using it. Now, the rapid weight loss sparked concern more than praise, and that's the shift we're seeing culturally. I mean, it's no longer, wow, skinny. It's now like, are you okay? Let's talk about Ariana Grande. Now, Ariana addressed body comments directly last year, saying that, the body police, or people compare her to who she is now, who she was back then, but now it's her unhealthiest. I mean, she's been very clear that speculation about her health is harmful, but fans continue to comment on her noticeably slimmer appearance and sharper facial structure. So whether it's natural weight fluctuation or something else, the conversation shows how hyper-fixated people are on that hollow cheek look. Now we have Chrissy Teigen. Now, Chrissy openly admitted she had buccal fat removal years ago. She literally pointed to her cheeks and said, "I did that." And while she looks stunning before and after, the trend itself has become controversial. I mean, buccal fat removal permanently takes out fat pads in your cheeks. The issue? Well, faces naturally lose fat as we age, so what looks snatched at 35 can look skeletal at 45. And speaking of buccal fat removal, Lea Michele has also faced speculation about whether she's had this procedure as well. She hasn't confirmed it, but fans have pointed out a more sculpted mid-face in recent years. Again, no confirmation, just noticeable changes that fuel the larger conversation. Here's the bigger issue. Ozempic, originally created to treat type 2 diabetes, suppresses appetite and could cause rapid weight loss. Now, rapid weight loss often leads to facial fat loss. Combine that with a cosmetic procedure designed to remove cheek fat permanently, and you get this ultra hollow, hyper-angled look that photographs, or photographers dramatically want to take photos of, but it always doesn't translate to healthy in real life. So the real takeaway here, I mean, it's not about calling anyone ugly or anything like that. It's about recognizing how extreme trends can swing too far. I mean, when the pursuit of snatched turns into sickly, maybe it's time to pause, right? Because healthy never gets out of style, but hollow, that might. Plastic surgery destroyed these celebrities' faces. Let's dig into it. Let's be clear right up front, plastic surgery isn't evil, but when it goes wrong, it goes very wrong. And when it goes wrong on a famous face, there's no hiding it, no undo button, no soft launch. These are real celebrities whose faces were permanently changed, not enhanced, by procedures that spiraled out of control. And yes, some of this damage can never be reversed. Mickey Rourke. Now, Mickey Rourke is the blueprint for what happens when too many surgeries collide with the wrong surgeon. In the 1980s, he was considered one of the most handsome men in Hollywood. Then came boxing injuries, followed by reconstructive surgeries, followed by cosmetic tweaks, followed by more tweaks to fix the tweaks. His face became swollen, tight, uneven, and almost mask-like. Rourke himself admitted that most of his surgeries were attempts to fix damage and that several were done by the wrong doctors. I mean, once facial structure collapses like that, you can't just go back. I mean, bone shifts, scar tissue builds, muscles, stop moving naturally. This wasn't aging, this was permanent facial trauma. Jocelyn Wildenstein. Now, you cannot talk about irreversible plastic surgery without Jocelyn. Nicknamed the Catwoman, Jocelyn underwent extreme facial procedures over decades, reportedly to maintain a feline appearance her husband liked. So cheek implants, brow lifts, eye alterations, repeated fillers, and tightening procedures. The result wasn't youthful, it was anatomical distortion. I mean, her facial proportions changed so dramatically that doctors have said reversal simply just isn't possible. The skin, fat pads, and underlying structures were permanently altered. This wasn't one bad decision. This was like a slow, unstoppable transformation. Lil' Kim. Now, Lil' Kim's face change shocked fans because it happened gradually and then suddenly, like all at once. Nose reshaping, skin lightening, fillers, jaw work, work, lip alterations, and a lot more. At one point, fans struggled to recognize her at all. She later opened up about deep insecurity and pressure to, conform to beauty standards in Hollywood, but medically speaking, repeated procedures on the same areas cause scarring, loss of elasticity, and facial imbalance. I mean, when that happens, doctors aren't sculpting anymore. They're basically patching, and patch jobs do not age well. Meg Ryan. Now, Meg Ryan built a career on being effortlessly expressive, big smile, crinkly eyes, a lot of warmth. Then came fillers, then came tightening, and then came facial volume loss. Her cheeks became stiff, her smile restricted, and her expressions muted. I mean, that's the danger with overfilling and aggressive lifting. You lose the very movement that makes a face human. So once facial muscles are altered or damaged, no amount of dissolving brings expression fully back. Hollywood didn't stop calling her because she aged. They stopped calling because her face stopped moving. Simon Cowell. Now, Simon Cowell openly admitted he went too far, and honestly, that admission came after the damage was already done. Excessive fillers stretched the skin, tightening procedures froze his facial muscles, his face appeared puffy, shiny, and rigid, almost like uncanny valley vibes. Now, he later dissolved fillers and swore off injectables, but here's the problem. Once skin is overstretched, it doesn't snap back. Doctors can reduce volume, they can't restore original texture or elasticity. The face remembers everything. Donatella Versace. Now, Donatella Versace didn't just age in the public eye, she transformed in it. Fillers, lip augmentation, tightening procedures, and just repeated facial work, that dramatically altered her appearance over time. Her features became exaggerated, pulled, and structurally different from her original face. And while she's kind of embraced the look, I mean, plastic surgeons agree after decades of interventions and, the tissue itself just changes permanently. And at a certain point, maintenance becomes survival mode. Plastic surgery isn't about one procedure ruining a face, it's about repetition. It's about chasing youth instead of accepting evolution, and it's about letting fear drive the needle, because once you cross a certain line, there's just no fixing it. There's only learning to live with the face you created. And in Hollywood, that lesson is written all over these faces. Something strange is happening in Hollywood, and it's written all over people's faces, literally. Some of these stars walked into fame looking one way and came out the other side looking like they survived a blender, a time machine, and maybe a malfunctioning beauty filter all at once. Let's start with Madonna, the woman who reinvented herself a dozen times. But this latest reinvention had the entire internet in a chokehold. Her face debuted at an award show looking swollen, stretched, and almost swollen to the point of inflation. Fans blamed fillers, over tightening, and aggressive contouring, leaving her expression stuck somewhere between surprised and stunned. The material girl suddenly looked like she was made of brand new material. Then you've got Zac Efron, once the poster boy for jawlines that made teenagers lose their minds, mine included. Then he popped up online with a jaw so wide, people thought he was in prosthetics for a movie. Nope, he later explained he shattered his jaw in an accident, and the muscles grew out of control. But the internet had already had its theories. His new face sparked everything from Botox gone rogue to handsome Squidward cosplay. Courtney Cox, everybody's favorite clean line, sarcastic queen from Friends. Years later, when she turned up noticeably puffier, rounder, and frozen, fans panicked. She later admitted she went overboard with, fillers and had them dissolve. She said she didn't even realize how far it had gone until she saw old pictures. That's when you know it's bad, when your past self could sue your current self for identity theft. Next is Simon Cowell, a man whose face changed so much over the years that even he joked about it. Fillers, Botox, tightening, smoothing. His face started looking like it was permanently set to emoji mode. Eventually, he admitted he pushed it too far and reversed all of it. I mean, when you're the one sending contestants home, but your own face gets voted off the island, that's when it's time to retire the syringe. Renee Zellweger. And then there's Renee Zellweger. When she appeared at a red carpet event looking dramatically different, softer cheeks, lifted brows, smoother skin, the internet had a meltdown. Some people defended her, others said she was just unrecognizable. She denied major surgery, but whatever changed, her face sparked a whole cultural debate. It was less Bridget Jones's Diary and more Bridget Jones's Witness Protection Program. So what is the theme here? Hollywood demands eternal youth, but the price is usually your face. These celebrities aren't ruined, but they're proof that, chasing perfection can take you far away from the features the world fell in love with you for. And in the end, nothing ages you faster than trying way too hard not to.
Heartthrob Tom Cruise has been looking quite different these days. Yes, he's gotten older, but some people think that he's had some plastic surgery done, which has altered his looks. Now, fans were in shock during the Super Bowl when Tom Cruise appeared on their television screens in a commercial. Several people admitted that they thought the skin of his face looked oddly stretched out, leading to rumors that he had allegedly undergone a round of cosmetic work. Tom Cruise on the Super Bowl talking about pressure. There is no greater pressure than that of his skin trying to stay stretched on his face, one viewer joked. Scientology is not working for Tom Cruise's face, WTF, a second user wrote, while a third added, whose face was Tom Cruise wearing? It looked familiar, but I couldn't make it out. Now, many fans didn't recognize him and questioned his looks. Now, one fan claimed that Tom looked younger in the video than he did in recent photos snapped in Paris. Now, they seem to suggest that the video may have been altered to make him seem more youthful, though the difference may have been simply a matter of the makeup he would have worn for the ad. Now, regardless, fans were shocked by his new appearance. Alec Baldwin used to be a cutie back in the day, but his temper, attitude, and his incident on set all changed that. You see, Alec has some crazy anger issues. He's been seen fighting with the paparazzi and even fans many times. He has quite the temper, which has resulted in him yelling, throwing things, and even getting physical with people. There was also the one time where he was kicked off a flight, and who remembers that voicemail that he left his daughter? In 2007, a voicemail surfaced of Alec berating his daughter Ireland after she failed to respond to a phone call from him. He said, "Once again, I have made a blank of myself trying to get a phone. You have insulted me for the last time. You've made me feel like shh, and you need to straighten your blank out. I'll let you know how I really feel about what a thoughtless little pig you are. You are a rude little pig, okay?" Yeah, he never should have spoken to her that way. And then there was the whole incident on his set with his film Rust, where he accidentally took the life of cinematographer Helena Hutchins and he injured director Joel Souza. Now, Alec just hasn't turned out to be the best person at all. Johnny Depp used to be one of the hottest stars in Hollywood. I mean, he had all the ladies fawning over him, but now, not so much. Despite his less attractive appearance, his actions have made many people upset with the star. Now, regardless of whose side you're on with the whole Johnny versus Amber Heard debate, you have to admit that he's done some messed up stuff. We know that he's had a bad temper with Amber, but he's also had it in other instances too. Recently, one of his past co-stars, Lola Galdini, came forward speaking about an incident where Johnny mistreated her on set, where he was angry and swearing and straight up saying horrible things to her. Then there was the time that Johnny was filming City of Lies and he got into a fight with the location manager of the suit, Greg Rocky Brooks. Now, Johnny punched him twice in the ribs before yelling at him, "I'll give you $100,000 to punch me in the face right now." Johnny allegedly continued to scream and berate him in front of a set full of people until his own bodyguards physically removed him from the scene. Yeah, this isn't a good look for him, and honestly, I think Johnny should have been the one who left Hollywood, not Amber Heard. Prince William was the cutest growing up, and many would even argue that he was the best looking in the royal family. But as he's gotten older, Prince Charming has looked, well, less charming. Back before he met Kate Middleton and became a father, he had some sharp cheekbones and a full head of hair that made him look totally gorgeous. I mean, Kate Middleton had a poster of him on her wall before she even met him. However, as William has gotten older, he looks less and less like his beautiful mother, Princess Diana, and more like his father, King Charles. His hairline is receding rapidly, which makes him look way older than he is. Many people online have poked fun at him due to this, but they better be careful though, as when one day he becomes king, he'll have all the power. Kylie Jenner is now 27 years old, and while she's grew up in the spotlight, she has changed dramatically, and it seems to be due to fillers and plastic surgery. Her face was ever changing, but over the last 2 years or so, fans have been speaking out addressing her appearance, about how she looks different and way older than she actually is. I mean, some people are saying in certain photos that she looks like she's in her 40s, which definitely wasn't her goal. One person said, "We're seeing in real time what long-term filler usage does as you age," and Kylie has actually spoken out about how these comments hurt her feelings, but people online don't really seem to care. Ben Affleck used to have all the ladies going after him, but since his marriage and divorce with J-Lo, he's looking nothing but miserable and tired. And let's not forget about that horrible tattoo he has. Now, Ben was first seen with a giant tattoo on his back, which depicts a colorful phoenix, in December 2015. A source told E! News at the time that the tattoo was real, but the actor told Extra months later that it was fake for a movie. But in 2018, he was photographed on a beach in Hawaii with the tattoo, proving that it is real and permanent, and it's ugly. Now, the internet called him out for it, and they were right. But Ben has different feelings though. In a 2019 appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show, he was asked about it and he said, "I like it. It's something that I sort of keep private. I wasn't doing photo shoots or whatever. I love my tattoo. I'm very happy with it." Now hey, at least he's happy with it, but it definitely knocks off some attractive points for the star. Michael Jackson grew up in the spotlight and he was quite cute, but that all changed after he started getting plastic surgery. From the mid-1980s, Michael's appearance began to change dramatically. The changes to his face, particularly his nose, triggered widespread speculation of extensive cosmetic surgery. Not to mention, his skin tone became much lighter. Now, in a 2002 interview, Michael denied that he had plastic surgery beyond a nose job. "I've had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose," he said. Then, he was diagnosed with the skin disorder vitiligo, which results in white patches on the skin and sensitivity to sunlight. Now, to treat his condition, he used fair-colored makeup and likely skin-bleaching prescription creams to cover up the uneven blotches of colors caused by the illness. But beyond the skin lightening, surgeons have speculated that he also had a forehead lift, cheekbone surgery, and altered his lips. Michael, however, said that he had a dimple created in his chin, attributing the other changes in his structure of his face to puberty, a strict vegetarian diet, weight loss, and a change of hairstyling and stage lighting. He also denied allegations that he had altered his eyes. Tom Felton is famous for his role as Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter movie series. Now, he used to be good looking in the movies and fangirls would obsess over him, but now things are different. It seems like he might have let himself go and he's not as attractive as before. Now, Tom is interesting because he's still so obsessed with his time in Harry Potter. He brings it up every chance he gets and does not seem to let go of the past like his other co-stars have. Also, it appears that he might be supportive of Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling after she's made some horrible comments about the LGBTQ+ community. Several stars from the Harry Potter films, including Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe, have openly criticized J.K. Rowling for her comments, but Tom has repeatedly stated how grateful he was to the author, which isn't a good look. John Travolta has aged like everyone does, but some people feel that his appearance is somewhat unsettling, as he looks almost like a wax statue of himself. His skin has a porcelain-like texture, and his face appears to be frozen in time. Now, could this be because of Scientology and some new technology they have? I mean, John converted to Scientology in 1975 at age 21. Now, unfortunately, in January 2009, his son passed away after suffering a seizure during a family holiday in the Bahamas. John apparently tried to command his son, Jet's Scientology spirit, back into his body. While Jet was in the ambulance, John yelled, "I command you to get into the body now." Now, by doing this, it was supposed to bring Jet back to life, but of course, it didn't. Now, years later, John had another child who he believes has his son's spirit. Now, it seems like John believes in some wacky things, so maybe he tried something to stay young, but it failed, and he ended up with this result. Mickey Rourke was once a heartthrob, but unfortunately, plastic surgery made his career dwindle. He's gotten 5 rhinoplasty procedures, chin implants, lower lip implants, cheek implants, hair transplant, eye lift, facelift, and filler injections. Yeah, it's a lot. Now, in 2009, he revealed that his changing looks resulted from botched facial surgery. He admitted most of it was to correct the damage caused by boxing, but I chose the wrong surgeon to put my face back together. He admitted that he had his nose broken twice and went under the knife 5 times to fix it, as well as surgery to fix his shattered cheekbone. Then in 2017, he captioned an Instagram image with the words, "Now I am pretty again." He posed topless alongside his latest plastic surgeon, his chest red raw and his nose wrapped in bandages. "One more to go," he added, as his nose is so close now to his idea of perfection. Now his face looks way better now, but it's a shame that he had to go through all of that. Michael Jackson looked extremely different from the beginning of his career right up until his death. Now a lot of people think this was due to plastic surgery and various health issues he had. One of the most noticeable changes was his nose. Now he actually eventually admitted to getting a nose job in a 2003 documentary with Martin Bashir. He said, "I had no plastic surgery on my face, just my nose. It helped me breathe better so I can hit higher notes. I'm telling you the honest truth. I didn't do anything to my face," he said. Then there was the issue of his skin color though. Michael told Oprah Winfrey back in the early 90s that he suffered from vitiligo, a skin condition that created pale blotches on his body. His dermatologist, Dr. Arnold Klein, confirmed that in 2009, saying his was bad because he began to get a totally speckled look all over his body. It was all over his body, but on his face significantly and his hands, which were very difficult to treat. Now it's been rumored that he used bleaching cream to make his skin tone more even. However, other experts have claimed that Michael had a lot more done than just one nose job and skin lightening. Michael got his first nose job in 1979, and he claimed he got the surgery not because he wanted a smaller nose, but because he broke it during a dance rehearsal and needed an operation. But then he got it done more times. Now, LaToya Jackson appeared to follow in her brother's footsteps when it came to getting botched plastic surgery, especially on her nose. On October 13th, 2017, LaToya was spotted dashing out of a drugstore. Now, strangely, she was wearing a hairnet, leading sources to speculate that she'd undergone cosmetic work earlier in the day. Now, this is valid for people to assume because if you look at photos of her throughout the years, you can literally see her nose shrinking, and obviously that's not natural. As her face evolution was then reviewed by a panel of America's top plastic surgeons, and while none of them had treated LaToya, they all agreed that she's undergone the knife for multiple nose jobs. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Lisa Rinna turned heads recently, and not in a good way, due to how her face looked. Now Lisa attended the 2024 Fashion Trust US Awards in Beverly Hills in April, but as soon as photos and videos were released to the star, people began questioning her looks, claiming that she had too much face filler. Now Lisa then responded to the comments about her looks, saying that she used Skin Vive, which is described by the FDA as a gel implant or dermal filler that is injected in specific areas of facial tissue to add definition or reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles. Now she said this was not good for her. Skin Vive is not good for everyone, and it was not good for me. Luckily, we could dissolve it today. Phew, she wrote. Now, there were also concerns of her lip fillers that she's had in the past, as the silicone caused hard and bumpy scar tissue on her lips. Now, Madonna's face has been ever changing, and there's been a lot of speculation that she's gotten a lot of work done. But in 2023, she finally admitted that she had plastic surgery, but she has not revealed what the procedures were or how often she's gone under the knife. Board-certified surgeon Dr. Barry Winterbob, who reviewed before and after images of Madonna, said he saw signs of at least 12 cosmetic facial procedures, which he estimates would have cost multiple six-figure sums, which is not surprising at all. Now, accusations really came to a head after the singer presented an award at the 2023 Grammys. She looked nothing like her past self, and fans were calling her out on social media for her excessive plastic surgery. Now, it's been reported that she was affected by these comments, and she accused those of making the comments of ageism and misogyny at the time, but later admitted to having plastic surgery after posting a photo with the caption, "Look at how cute I am now that the swelling from surgery has gone down, LOL." Now, this isn't the first time that fans have accused Madonna of trying out plastic surgery, as in the 1990s there were rumors that she was trying out Botox and was undergoing a nose job. She's never confirmed or denied these allegations, but looking at photos of her and comparing them, you can tell there's a huge difference, which you can't just attribute to aging. Now, Joan Rivers was the queen of plastic surgery. Joan passed away in September 2014, and afterwards, her daughter Melissa wrote a memoir called The Book of Joan: Tales of Mirth, Mischief, and Manipulation as a tribute to her life. In the memoir, though, she revealed that Joan had 348 cosmetic operations over her life and was never happy with the way that she looked, which fed into her sense of being less than. Now that is truly just insane to me. Now, when speaking about the plastic surgery, Joan said, "My motto is better a new face coming out of an old car than an old face coming out of a new car." Now, Joan admitted to having Botox injections, several nose jobs, an eye tuck, liposuction, and a few facelifts. Now, in the end, Joan passed away due to a botched elective surgery she was having on her throat, and every surgery had a risk, but she didn't care, which in the end contributed to her death. Heidi Montag went overboard when it came to plastic surgery. I'm honestly surprised that no one put a stop to it because it seemed so dangerous. In 2010, she had 10 cosmetic procedures done in one day. Yes, 10 of them. Now, the star was just 23 years old at the time, with the surgeries including a chin reduction, liposuction, a breast augmentation, a brow lift, rhinoplasty revision, facial fat injections, and an ear pinning surgery. Ahead of her operations, her surgeon told her that she would recover within a few months, but it actually took her over a year to get back on her feet and back to normal. "I could barely talk, my jaw, I had part of my chin sawed off. I mean, it was really a lot," she said. "We had to have houses at the house for months to help me recover." Now, she also had something really scary happen during the procedures that she finally spoke about in 2018. She told Paper Magazine that she actually died for a minute at the recovery center post-surgery, after she was given an incorrect dose of a painkiller. "My security guards called Spencer, who is her husband, and told him Heidi's heart stopped, she's not going to make it," she told the publication. Yeah, it's absolutely insane that she was able to get all of that done at the same time, and shame on the surgeon who did that to her. And now we have Tara Reid admitting to getting a botched boob job and body contouring procedures in the past. Now, in an interview, she said that she consulted a plastic surgeon in 2004 and she asked for big B's, but instead he gave her C cups and she didn't want them. Now, after the surgery, she immediately noticed that her nipples were deformed. But after 6 months of "it's going to get better," it started to get worse and worse. "I never thought I'd have nipples that looked like this," she said. Then, to make things worse, she had a nip slip on the red carpet at P. Diddy's 35th birthday party in New York. Now, it wasn't just the fact that she had a nip slip that made headlines, it was because it was revealed to the world that her boob job was botched. Now, instead of her areola being a perfect round circle, hers was different, as if a chunk had been cut out. And after the incident, Tara was labeled Franken-nipple and later had to explain that her plastic surgery had gone wrong. She said, "I was already dealing with what it looked like. The last thing I wanted to happen was have the whole world see it." Now, she also had a procedure called body contouring done by the same surgeon and was unhappy with the results. "My stomach became the most ripply, bulgy thing," she said. "I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." Years later, after doing some thorough research on doctors, she went under the knife again to get the previously botched jobs corrected. She says that she saw a therapist for about a year to get help with her confidence issues and she settled down. Now, Miley Cyrus has experienced ongoing physical transformations over the years, and some question if it's due to plastic surgery. In 2024, photos of her for cover art of a song and her appearance at the Grammys that year sparked speculation on whether or not she got plastic surgery, as people had been questioning her appearance. Now, talking to Reddit, many commented on the difference in her facial structure recently, believing that she had a buccal fat removal procedure done. "We need to imprison whatever plastic surgeon pioneered buccal fat removal," one person wrote. Now, Miley's also gotten veneers, and people think that they look just absolutely horrible, and people have even said that she looks like a horse. Can't tell if it's just the buccal fat removal or the giant veneers that make her look so off these days, a second person added, while someone else said she's had the nose job for years, but yes, she's wearing contour on top of that. Now, Miley's appearance at the 2025 Grammys looked very similar, as it appears that she's still getting work done. Modern Family star Reed Ewing Ring opened up about how his body dysmorphia influenced his decision to get plastic surgery. "No one is allowed to be this ugly," he wrote in an essay. "It's unacceptable." He then explained that the disorder led him into a plastic surgery addiction and that he had a number of procedures done, including cheek and chin implants, implant removals, injectable fillers, and fat transfers. Now, his first surgery was cheek implants in 2008. He believed this surgery would make him look like Brad Pitt. However, he was horrified by the results, which he described as horrendous. Now, this went on for years, with him getting surgeries and healing in between seasons of Modern Family. In the end, though, he said, "Plastic surgery is not always a bad thing. It often helps people who actually need it for serious cases, but it's a horrible hobby, and it will eat away at you until you've lost all self-esteem and joy. I wish I could go back and undo all the surgeries. Now I can see I was fine to begin with and didn't need the surgeries at all." Melanie Griffith admitted to having plastic surgery, but after she was criticized, she apparently had the procedure reversed. Now, Melanie had discussed the downsides of experimenting with cosmetic surgery in the recent years by saying she didn't know how addicted she had become to plastic surgery until people started saying, "Oh my god, what has she done?" In 2017, she admitted, "I had surgery 20 years ago, and then about 7 years ago, I started doing injections. I think I must have been allergic to it. I went to a different doctor, and he started dissolving all this that the other woman doctor had put in. Hopefully, I look more normal now." But some people still think she's had other procedures because she does not look like herself. But it seems like she won't be coming clean about that anytime soon. Now, Dove Cameron's facial transformation from 2008 to 2023 is shocking, to say the least. She has changed drastically, and while some of these changes are due to her just growing up, others seem to have been done by plastic surgeons. While Dove has been transparent about her image and body issues, she hasn't admitted to receiving plastic surgery, but numerous publications, including the US Sun, have speculated that Dove received a variety of cosmetic procedures throughout her time in the spotlight. According to these sources, cosmetic and dermatological experts have spotted radical differences in her features. In fact, they allege that Dove's facial transformation was so notable that it couldn't just be from natural aging and weight loss. It's been said that she's had a nose job, cheek fillers, a fox eye lift, and more recently a buccal fat removal. Again, Dove has never admitted to this, but she could have just kept the procedures a secret. Since a viral video of Zac Efron in 2021, fans have had questions about his face and if he's had any plastic surgery done. I mean, his face just looks extremely different, and it had his fans concerned. Many people just assumed he got a botched plastic surgery, but Zac did an interview with Entertainment Tonight and explained that his different looking face was due to a jaw injury in 2013. It wasn't due to a botched plastic surgery. You see, Zac broke his jaw and had to have his mouth wired shut after he was running through the house in socks, slipped, and hit his face on the granite corner of a fountain and lost consciousness. When he woke up, his chin bone was hanging off his face. He added that when he was injured, the masseter muscles on the inside of his face and jaw compensated for his injury and grew massively in size, hence his transformation. Now, maybe we noticed a difference because back in 2021, Zac took some time off from physical therapy while in Australia, which accounts for the change in his appearance at the time. The masseter muscles just grew, he explained. They got really, really big. Now, at the end of 2024 and now in 2025, his look is way better. But still, there was one point where we could hardly recognize him. In March of 2023, fans were shocked when they saw singer Liam Payne step out on the red carpet. Now, Liam debuted a shockingly slimmed down face on the carpet, which didn't go unnoticed by fans or cosmetic surgery experts. He didn't look bad before, but his face, instead of looking soft and a little bit chubby, it looks modelish and rugged, celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Ratman Kassir said. Now, as Liam debuted his new look, fans theorized that the star had undergone the popular cosmetic surgery, buccal fat removal. Dr. Azza Hallam, a board-certified multi-specialist physician, says that he doesn't think that fillers alone could help Liam achieve such a defined look in the lower part of his face, so he agrees that buccal fat removal most likely played a role. Now, taking to Twitter, fans voiced their appearance by saying, "No effing way Liam Payne got buccal fat removal surgery." Now, safe to say fans were shocked, and I was too, as it appeared to come out of left field. Now, sources close to Lil Kim say that she spent over $19,000 to bleach her skin, get a nose job, and alter alter her cheekbones. In an interview in 2005, Lil' Kim finally admitted to getting several nose jobs done, and back in the day, Kim was one of the first hip-hop artists to undergo plastic surgery. Now, it was widely speculated that she had also undergone breast augmentation, chin and cheek fillers, and an eye lift, and speaking about why she wanted to alter her face in the same interview, Kim said, "I think I did it because I was a little too vain at the time. I was trying to be perfect, I'm a perfectionist," adding that she was a bit excessive when it came to surgery sometimes. Now, looking at her past photos, there's definitely a huge difference between her face, and she doesn't even look like her old self. Dr. Jennifer Levine, a board-certified plastic surgeon, said it's clear that there has been some skin bleaching, and added that Kim has probably had her eyes done as well. But the biggest differences, according to Jennifer, are to her jawline. She could have had Botox injections under the jaw for a more chiseled look, she told Us Weekly, and in case it's not obvious, Kim probably had filler injected into her cheeks. And finally, Sharon Osbourne has had plastic surgery many times, but a facelift she had in late 2021 ended up destroying her face. At the time, she said, "I had a full facelift done in October, and I looked like one of those effing mummies they wrap up with bandages," she said to the Sunday Times in April 2022, adding, "It hurt like hell, you have no idea." Sharon said that after the more than 5-hour surgery, she was left looking horrendous. She told the surgeon, "You've got to be effing joking. One eye was different than the other, I looked like an effing cyclops. I'm like, all I need is a hunchback," she said. And yeah, that sounds seriously bad. Even her husband, Ozzy Osbourne, was shocked at the results. Sharon revealed he assured her though, "I don't care how much it costs, we'll get it redone." Now, she ended up getting reconstructive work done, and now she's satisfied with her appearance, but hopefully she'll stay away from getting more work now, but it seems like she's really addicted.
Eva Mendes. Fans accuse the actress of looking unrecognizable when she visited the Today Show on March 26th. She was talking about her latest business venture, but people couldn't help but notice that her face looked very different from only a few years ago. All the comments under that video were about her new appearance, with people writing things like, "Too much Botox" and "Stop with the filler." But thankfully, there were also a lot of people who came to her defense. One comment said, "There is nothing wrong with her face, people. It's called aging, and she is doing so gracefully." So that could be the simple explanation. After all, Eva Mendes has not admitted to going under the knife. The only thing she talked about was getting a monothread procedure in 2020. In a now deleted Instagram post, she shared a picture of herself with several needles injected under her jaw. The star got mixed reactions from her fans for that one, which is probably why she took the post down. But clearly, people are still drawing attention to her looks and claiming that she's had way too much filler on the lower half of her face. Speaking of filler, fans have also been accusing Emily Blunt of going too far, saying that she has now completely botched her face. Of course, they are being way too harsh considering that Emily has been in the spotlight for more than 20 years now, and it's only natural that she's looking a little different. After taking some time off in 2022, the actress hit the red carpet for the premiere of Oppenheimer the following year. And of course, fans were quick to notice that she had a whole new face shape. Although she still looked beautiful, her face was noticeably fuller and rounder instead of long and narrow. Her lips were also looking plumper than ever if you compare them to 2018. While Emily has yet to respond to these accusations, she has commented publicly on plastic surgery in the past. During a 2019 interview, she hinted that she did not like the idea of surgery because she loves imperfection. She said, "In Hollywood, people are suffocated by plastic surgery, but striving for an impassive perfection isn't something I ever found beautiful or have tried to achieve myself," which is a great way to look at it. Another celeb that might share a similar view now is Courtney Cox, who you might recognize from Friends. She has been quite vocal about regretting getting cosmetic work done. Courtney Cox shared in a 2016 appearance on Running Wild with Bear Grylls that she regretted getting filler done. She shared part of her reasoning as to why she got cosmetic work in the first place, saying, "Getting older is not the easiest." The Friends star went on to say that she had learned her lesson and was simply grateful the work she'd had done were things that could dissolve and go away. She even acknowledged that the overly filled look wasn't her best look. She still felt this way years later. In 2022, she did an interview with the Sunday Times in which similar sentiments were echoed, and the actress said she would never do the cosmetic work now. Some might argue that Kylie Jenner getting her famous pout was amazing for her, and others stand firmly on the side that it was a big mistake. Kylie's lip injections were, and still are, a hot topic, especially considering Kylie's most well-known makeup product from her brand were her lip kits. The marketing of said lip kits suggested to buyers that using them would give you the look Kylie had. Of course, that wasn't true for everybody. The lip injections were a good thing for the star because they were her trademark feature for a long time. Her lip kits, they would sell out within hours of a drop. However, some would argue the injections hurt the star more than they helped. Kylie's lips became the focus of plenty of internet bullying. Then, the false promise of getting Kylie lips with the lip kits had some people claiming the reality TV star was causing her younger audience to feel insecure. Turns out, even Kylie might agree. In a 2016 interview with Allure, Kylie shared that she definitely made her lips a little too big at one point. She did continue sharing the reason why she felt the need to get the cosmetic procedure in the first place, saying, "I got excited and felt like I needed to do a lot. And then her family was like, Kylie, you need to chill, and then I had to go back and have it fixed and it was a crazy process. Thank God I didn't end up on botched." While Kylie regrets going overboard, she does not regret getting the filler. Though years later, Kylie has shared a new regret about getting work done, and it's regarding her kids. She shared that she hopes her daughter, Stormy, doesn't feel the need to get work done in the future just because her mom did. Kenny Rogers has had quite a few cosmetic procedures done, but accidentally changed his whole image in the process. The country music artist shocked fans all over the world when he revealed a major transformation in the early 2000s. Of the procedures, the ones around his eyes caused the most chatter. Rogers was known for his sweet, gentle appearance, but many say his new look no longer reflects that. Post-procedure, many described Rogers as looking constantly surprised. Fans were confused as to why the star felt the need to get plastic surgery done in the first place, a question Kenny answered in his 2013 memoir, Luck or Something Like It. Rogers shared that he was just trying to keep up with the younger stars in the country music scene and that he wanted a revamp. 2006 was actually the first time he addressed the procedures, commenting on his eye job, saying it was too tight around the eyelids and that it drives him crazy. An interview in 2012 with CBS This Morning had the country crooner revealing that he regrets his decision. He said, "I had the money to do it and I had time off and I regret that, but the truth is, I don't know what I would have looked like if I hadn't done it." Thankfully, he had some friends around to help him find humor in the situation. Dolly Parton apparently used to tease him about it. Khloe Kardashian may have had amazing results with her nose job, but she was less than pleased with the outcomes of the fillers she got in her face. She also implied that she still feels a bit haunted by them. Khloe got fillers in her face in 2015, but didn't admit to getting them until a year later in 2016. This came as a shock to fans since the reality TV star was always so against getting any work done. Speaking on her cosmetic work, Khloe said, "It did not work for me. I looked crazy and I still think the effects are in there. I went to have it dissolved like 3 times. According to health websites, it usually takes 1 to 2 visits to dissolve most fillers, so Khloe must have either gotten a lot or really had been feeling the phantom effects. There might be a reason the fillers did not work super well for her though. Khloe had gotten them just before a major traumatic event in her life, and her doctor later shared with her that her heightened emotions at the time might have impacted the fillers. Khloe shared how she felt about everything now that it's over, saying, "It was a bummer and now I'm afraid to do it again, and I'm almost like, I swear things are still in my face. It's unfortunate she'd had such a horrible experience." Beloved actress Jamie Lee Curtis shared her heartbreaking end to her plastic surgery journey. The actress has shared her thoughts regarding cosmetic procedures many times over the years, once going so far as to say, "I've had a little lipo, I've had a little Botox, and you know what? None of it works. None of it. It's such a fraud, and I'm the one perpetrating it." Those comments came in 2002, but even 2 decades later, Curtis still sticks by her statements, echoing them in other interviews, and even sharing the heartbreaking detail that not only did the procedure not work for her, they made her reliant on a pain reliever for many years. She is doing better now though and has been good for over 20 years. Sharon Osbourne is no stranger to cosmetic work, but one procedure had her comparing herself to various mythical monsters. In 2021, Sharon Osbourne went in for a 5-hour full facelift. For 5 hours, you would expect to come out with exactly what you wanted. Unfortunately, Osbourne received her worst nightmare. In her words, she came out looking like a cyclops because one eye was different to the other. She also compared herself to a mummy since her face was covered in bandages after the extensive procedure. Sharon claims that when she showed her husband Ozzy Osbourne her new look, he said, "I don't care how much it costs, we'll get it redone." It's now years later and Sharon is looking just fine. She did end up going somewhere else to get herself fixed up. The downside with that one though was that she had to wait until her face was fully healed before going back in. Osbourne is known for being very supportive of getting cosmetic work, receiving many surgeries before the facelift. However, the 2021 incident has left its mark. In an April 2023 interview, the star shared the disaster put her off the surgeries and that it now frightens her. She said, "I really pushed it with the last facelift and now I am like, no more." Jennifer Grey's nose job pretty much cost her her career. Grey had just starred in Dirty Dancing, that massive hit movie, you may have heard of it. The film was her big break, only after it came out it was rare you saw Grey on the big screen or small screen. It might have something to do with the nose job Grey received in 1989, 2 years after the film was released. When Grey got the nose job, her face looked very different. It's hard to know what your defining feature is until it's gone. Speaking on the nose job and its impact on her career, Grey said, "I went into the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous. I'll always be the once famous actress nobody recognizes because of a nose job. It's unfortunate that such a promising star felt the need to adjust her appearance and then lose out on opportunities for it." Though Grey wasn't working necessarily as much as she'd hoped, that doesn't mean she wasn't working. She had a few guest appearances on TV shows and even a few TV movies. She also made the excellent decision to go on Dancing with the Stars in 2010 and of course won the competition that year. Maybe the most famous celebrity cosmetic surgery situation was that of Heidi Montag. Montag was an actress on the show The Hills, but she is also known for undergoing 10 surgeries in one day. It happened in 2010 when she was just 23 years old. 2 years after the surgeries, Montag did an interview with Access Hollywood Live where she revealed that she was definitely in way over her head when it came to the cosmetic work. The actress said she initially only wanted a few enhancements and then it got kind of out of hand. Some of the procedures Montag received on her face were a brow lift, Botox, and chin reduction. To make matters worse, Montag feels she wasn't properly prepared or had it explained to her well enough just how much pain she would be in after the procedures. She said, "I wasn't told really the repercussions and what would happen emotionally and physically and the pain I would be in. I was kind of in shock." A good indicator for how bad the experience went for her is that she hasn't received any additional work since then. Almost a decade after it happened, Heidi shared her 32-year-old perspective on the situation with Cosmopolitan, saying, "I was way too young to make such a life-changing decision and was under so much pressure because it was the beginning of comment sections and negativity and hate on the internet." The surgeries, meant to fix these issues, only made them worse, but it looks like the actress has moved on as best she can and is focusing on her current health.
Seems like Lea Michele just can't catch a break as she has had to face quite a lot of controversy over the years, be it her rumored and unverified reading struggles or the bullying allegations she faced for her on-set behavior. But the latest thing social media has been talking about has more to do with her appearance, as her face looks thinner and more sculpted, and it's a completely different shape altogether. She's definitely not the same girl we all saw walking through the halls on Glee, which makes you wonder, has Lea Michele had buccal fat removal surgery done? Lately, it seems like the actress's fans are convinced that she is one of the latest celebs to jump on this increasingly popular trend, and fans have even pointed out that the star looks a lot like Stan from American Dad. But lately, it seems like there isn't one soul in Hollywood that hasn't had any type of procedure done to their face, and then these women become the ones that preach about how we should be the ones loving our authentic selves when they aren't even authentic themselves. Number 9. Chrissy Teigen. So unless you're a plastic surgeon or you religiously follow Chrissy Teigen, which seems to be very few people at this point today, then you may have never heard about buccal fat removal. So the procedure involves removing the fat from your cheeks to create a more contoured face so you can see your cheekbones more. And it seems like today the procedure is becoming increasingly popular. Back in 2021, Chrissy would head to her Instagram story
story to talk about her new changed look when she said, "I did the Dr. Diamond buccal fat removal thing here, and since I quit drinking, I'm really seeing the results and I like it." The star then went on to note that she did what she had to do and that she had no shame in her game. And then she went on to tag Dr. Diamond in the clip. While Chrissy has long been candid about her cosmetic procedures and surgeries, this had to be the weirdest one yet, as this surgery just doesn't really look good on anyone.
Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
Well, kicking it back off to our list, at number 8 we have Bella Hadid. Now, the real question many of us have been debating is, has Bella Hadid had buccal fat removal done, or has she simply just grown into her looks over the years? And if you're thinking what I'm thinking, then you must be convinced that this star has in fact had the procedure done. And if you don't, just hear me out for a quick second. I might just change your mind. So if you compare Bella now to when she was younger, you will see that she definitely has a little more fluff between the lower portion of her cheekbone and her mid-jaw area. And now it's just looking a little more chiseled, which adds even more flame to the rumor is that if you have buccal fat removal done, this tends to be the area where the fat is removed from. While the procedure may have made some improvements to her face as it exposed her cheekbones in V-line, it's also made her face look a little too narrow to the point when she is standing next to other models, her new look actually looks quite bad. So it does go on to prove that not everyone will get big improvements when they have this procedure done. Number 7, Anya Taylor-Joy. With buccal fat removal surgery taking Hollywood by the storm, it's been said that this procedure is likely to have one major side effect that may put you a bit off, as it seems to add 10 years to your age. To celebrities who have been trying this new trend, this proves it. Among the stars to have allegedly had this procedure done is Anya Taylor-Joy, and before you even think about having this procedure done, you might just want to use Anya as a reference to why you shouldn't get this procedure done, as the procedure has left her face looking a little more tragic than it should at her age. So before she got the procedure done, Anya actually had a pretty attractive face, and she honestly didn't need to have this procedure done, but now she looks much older than she did before. And the most concerning part is that she was only in her 20s. Also, with this procedure being so new still, 20 years, there could be complications with droopy skin, and there might not be a way to reverse this procedure once you get it done. Number 6, Dove Cameron. It seems like a surprising number of teenagers and young adults lately are seeking out facial cosmetic procedures, and among the celebrities that seem to be part of these people is Dove Cameron. While Dove first caught everyone's attention due to her flawless complexion, we all came to love her big eyes, long lashes, plump lips, and this cute little tiny button nose. And before she went from blonde to brunette, she was actually like a real-life Barbie doll. But now that the actress has changed it, it makes you wonder if it's all the hair and makeup, or has she just enhanced her facial features? And if you take a look at photos from when she first entered the entertainment scene to today, it appears that her overall look has changed, as there is now more projection to her cheeks and her chin, and there is a much bigger distance from her lashes to her eyebrows. While the star has never gone on record to admit any of the rumors that surround her new look, it's not really shocking to why there are so many younger people seeking out cosmetic procedures more than ever before. Number 5, Zoe Kravitz. Over the years, Zoe Kravitz's looks have changed to the point it has been suspected not only has she had a nose job, lip filler, cheek filler, chin implants, and a ponytail facelift, but fans are also suspecting that the star has also had buccal fat removal, as she looks very different from what she used to when she was younger. While Zoe has never admitted to having plastic surgery done, her looks have changed too much to say she hasn't. While some people have claimed that she has inherited her looks from her mother and that there's natural differences in her face from her age, others will tell you to touch some grass because she's obviously had procedures done to look the way she looks today. With Zoe's cheekbones now looking very sharp and defined, her cheekbones look nothing like they used to when she was younger, as she now has this hollow right before her elevated cheeks. And while you may believe this is just part of the aging process, as she lost her baby fat, her cheeks have changed so drastically in a short period of time that this is an indication that the star has had some work done. Number 4, Iggy Azalea. While Iggy has previously admitted to undergoing cosmetic surgeries in the past, her new striking appearance may be results of further cosmetic procedures. Back in 2018, a leading Beverly Hills plastic surgeon named Dr. Randall Haworth told Daily Mail Australia that he believed the rapper could have had some more additional changes done to her face to give her a new chiseled look. While majority of her results have been beautiful, don't get me wrong, it's clear that she has transformed her face over the years with not only a chin augmentation, jawline contouring, a slight brow lift, and cheek filler, but she has also had buccal fat removal done. While the star hasn't talked about all the plastic surgery she could have done, she has once said people should be more accepting to the fact that both famous and non-famous women are having cosmetic procedures. That's just reality, and I think more people need to admit that so it doesn't have to be so taboo when we're all doing it anyways. She then went on to note that she too has changed her appearance and that there's always going to be people that dislike you for that matter. But as long as you like it, you like it. That's all that matters, right? Number 3, Khloe Kardashian. The Kardashian-Jenner clan has long been linked to plastic surgery, but recently Khloe has been slammed with never-ending Instagram trolls who have accused the star of having butt implants, nose jobs, despite denying most of the claims. It's kind of hard not to talk about her never-ending changing appearance throughout the years. Back in 2022, even a board-certified plastic surgeon named Dr. Anthony Yoon would speak to The Sun about Khloe's alleged plastic surgery, where he would explain, "I also think she may have had her lips done, most likely injected with filler." Anthony then went on to note that he also believed Khloe had a brow lift to lift her brows up, and buccal fat removal done to make her face appear slimmer. Her face overall looks more narrow. That could be due to buccal fat removal and injections of Botox to her jaw muscles. That basically can help narrow the jawline, while the Good American founder has said she is offended that people think she has had so much work done. But what's really baffling is that her and her family still think that they can create such false realities around their looks. Number 2, Sophie Turner. So back in January, Sophie Turner's before and after photos would hint that the actress has undergone buccal fat removal just like the rest of the celebrities on this list today. While buccal fat removal has become the latest trend among Hollywood stars, her face has been looking a little more defined in recent pics as the trend among celebrities is becoming viral. While the surgery has been around for the last 50 years, it's only started to go viral on social media recently. Sophie's appearance has changed since she appeared on Games of Thrones, and it's clear in her recent pictures her face appears to be a little more chiseled than it did before. And while you may think this was achieved by contouring or Photoshop, her face is just a little too chiseled to suggest that she didn't have this procedure done, because she did. And coming in number 1 today, we have Sarah Hyland. It seems like social media users are now also suspecting that actress Sarah Hyland, most known for her role in Modern Family, has recently undergone a procedure to remove her buccal fat pads, as her face has changed quite a bit, and she's completely lost her plump and round cheeks. While people have claimed that there's a reason why her face looked a little more swollen than usual on season 8 of Modern Family because of her health complications, her face does look a little more sharper today. And while the star could just be doing a few tricks models have done over the years to make her lips look fuller and her cheeks look more defined, she could also be sucking in her cheekbones for photos, but honestly it's probably just safe to say that she had the procedure done because it's unrealistic and it's clear that the war against buccal fat remover wages on, and Sarah's new look has nothing to do with just weight loss, aging, and health complications.
Alright, some of these plastic surgery results are absolutely shocking. First off, we have Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan, who's known for her sweet, innocent look, unveiled a dramatically different look in recent years. Ryan appeared in various rom-coms and series in the 80s and 90s that matched her bubbly personality. It was a time that demonstrated her external and internal beauty. However, female heroine roles eluded the actress in recent years. She decided to go for the classic Real Housewives of Beverly Hills look and changed the natural grace that she had during her prime. Her new appearance sparked debates among fans and the general audience about whether she got work done. The most obvious thing Meg Ryan got done is cheek filler or fat transfer to her cheeks, doctors say. When she smiles, the filler seems to move up, making her eyes look smaller, one doctor said. Surgeons believe Meg may have had too much Botox on her forehead, which dropped to the brows during time. As a result, her eyes looking smaller. Although she still looks absolutely beautiful, it is safe to say everybody misses her cute innocence from the 80s and 90s. Next up, we have Mickey Rourke. This American actor first appeared in Body Heat in 1981 before showing his acting prowess in his preceding films. It's nothing new to compare Rourke's work with the likes of James Dean, even Robert De Niro. His re-emergence in the 2000s with prominent roles Sin City 2005 and The Wrestler in 2008 solidified his status in Hollywood. Plus, he was once known as one of the film industry's most handsome stars. Unfortunately, plastic surgery made his career dwindle. With his bad boy persona in 80s cinema, a botched plastic surgery changed the public's perception of him. The general audience argues that he had cheek and maybe chin implants. He lost his original tough guy packaging after the surgeries. In 2009, Rourke admitted that his looks did change because of botched plastic surgery. He said most of it was done to mend his boxing injuries. However, he went to the wrong guy to put his face back together, resulting in an extremely changed look. Next up, we have Madonna. At the 2023 Grammys, Madonna revealed her new look, and fans were, let's just say, confused. Some calling her a quote alien trying to blend in as a human, and others blatantly calling her quote hideous. 2 days after the Grammys, Madonna slammed people who chose to focus on her looks instead of the speech she gave before the historic performance she introduced. Sam Smith and Kim Petras were the stars that she was introducing that night. Instead of focusing on what I said in my speech, which was about giving thanks for the fearlessness of artists like Sam and Kim, many people chose to only talk about close-up photos of me taken with a long lens camera by a press photographer that would distort anybody's face, she captioned an Instagram video on February 7th. The pop icon went on to say that she is once again caught in the glare of ageism and misogyny that permeates the world we live in. Madonna says this world does not, quote, celebrate women past the age of 45 and will punish her if she continues to be strong-willed, hardworking, and adventurous. I have never apologized for any of the creative choices I've made, nor the way that I look or dress, and I'm not going to start today, the 7-time Grammy winner continued. I have been degraded by the media since the beginning of my career, but I understand that this is all a test, and I'm happy to do the trailblazing so that all the women behind me can have an easier time in the years to come. In the words of Beyonce, you won't break my soul. Next up, we have Miss Ariana Grande. Now, this one is not as noticeable as the other celebs we talked about, but fans are still wondering what happened to her face. YouTube videos went viral in 2023 and 2022 titled, quote, what happened to Ariana's face, and Ariana's eyes are weird. Here's what we know about Ariana Grande's alleged plastic surgery. 1. A nose job. Ariana Grande allegedly had a rhinoplasty procedure to reduce her nose size and shape it more naturally. This is one of the most common types of rhinoplasty procedures performed on celebrities because it gives them an instantly slimmer face, which makes them appear younger than their actual age. Number 2. Surgeons think she's had a brow lift. According to sources close to Ariana Grande, it is true that she has undergone a brow lift surgery. That is in order to eliminate the sagging skin under her eyes and make her look more youthful. It can do that by helping you look less tired or stressed out while also removing that angry look from your face. Number 3, surgeons think that she has had a facelift in recent years. Another common procedure that many stars go through is facial rejuvenation with fillers such as Botox injections. It helps prevent wrinkles from forming around their eyes or mouth area over time due to their age. Ariana even got emotional in a video posted on Vogue's YouTube channel recently, where she actually admits she no longer continues the Botox treatment and she felt like she was, quote, hiding herself under all those cosmetic procedures. Next up, we have the late Joan Rivers. In 2010, at 23 years old, Rivers revealed that she underwent 10 cosmetic procedures in one day, including a chin reduction, brow lift, and Botox injections. This beloved American comedian, host, and actress paved her way into stardom with her natural beauty. However, it comes as no surprise when plastic surgery enters the equation of a celebrity's life. She has had multiple procedures like facelifts, neck lifts, to name a few. In an interview with her husband Spencer Pratt, she said that she was too young to make life-changing decisions. She said she was under so much pressure from what she saw on the internet, it made her do these surgeries. But Joan Rivers said that everybody should take plastic surgery seriously. For her, the recovery was devastating. Her heart even stopped for a bit, which made her more transparent about all the work that she has gotten done. Next up, we have Jocelyn Wildenstein, a Swiss socialite formerly married to billionaire Alec Wildenstein. When in 1999 Alec filed for divorce, she reportedly spent $4 million on various surgeries. She denies having excessive plastic surgery, citing it's just her Swiss heritage, but admitted to one surgery to make her eyes more cat-like. According to her ex, Alec Wildenstein, she was thinking that she could fix her face like a piece of furniture. Skin does not work that way, he says. Wildenstein claims that she has not had any income at all for the last 8 years after her ex-husband's former family cut her off from her $100 million annual divorce settlement payments. The Swiss-born socialite decided to make a 2-part docuseries and potential TV show produced by the team behind the hit Keeping Up with the Kardashians, because all her money's gone. I have a huge problem with my settlement, she told The Telegraph at the luxurious Mayborn Hotel in LA. Since 8 years, they have completely cut me off, she says. Wildenstein, now 82, rose to fame in the 1990s during her high-profile divorce from her art-dealing husband, Alec Wildenstein, from which she received a whopping $2.5 billion in the settlement and $100 million each year afterwards. Next up, we have Miss Donatella Versace. Her designs for Versace may spark 1,000 copycats, but there's no danger of women following suit when it comes to her new face. 20 years ago, the fashion guru had naturally full lips and very smooth skin, but as she stepped out 10 years ago in 2014 for the first time since major surgeries, her face was striking for all the wrong reasons. Users on Reddit have shared their opinions, and some of these comments are not the nicest, let's just say. Why is her face slick like Vaseline? She looks like a Muppet. And why does she look extraterrestrial? Are some of the top comments on the thread. Next up, we have Zac Efron. Considering that Zac Efron has literally grown up on screen, his fans are pretty familiar with his famous good looks. From his wholesome start as a teen star in High School Musical, through his recent dramatic turn in The Iron Claw, audiences have seen him through a variety of stages. When the heartthrob started looking noticeably different in recent years, they were understandably curious. Thankfully, there's no speculation necessary. Efron himself has been fairly candid about what has led to the transformation in his appearance. Zac Efron's famous face does look a bit different nowadays. The former Disney star revealed that he did have to undergo some medical procedures, but not for the cosmetic reasons some people might assume. In a 2022 interview with Men's Health, the actor revealed that his enlarged jawline was actually due to an old injury. While running in socks in his home in 2013, Efron slipped and smashed his chin against the granite corner of a fountain. The injury was so severe he lost consciousness, and when he woke up, his chin bone was hanging off his face. As for how the 2013 injury impacted his appearance so many years later, he explained to Men's Health that it related to his masseter muscles overcompensating for the injured muscles in his face, combined with his temporary failure to continue physical therapy. Our next celebrity is Miss Dolly Parton. Dolly is a country music legend known for hits like I Will Always Love You and 9 to 5, but she's equally known for her plastic assets as well. One of the first times she admitted to getting work done was in 1977 in an interview with Barbara Walters. But honestly, Dolly, we love you and you look great. Our final celebrity today is Kylie Jenner. Since her initial debut on reality television, Kylie Jenner has undergone a significant, very dramatic shift from her lips to even her skin tone. Her latest new image, however, showcases a larger butt and a smaller waist. Most likely, a Brazilian butt lift or buttock implants were used to achieve the new look. To create a lower waist and a bumpier back, the Brazilian butt lift combines severe body sculpting with liposuction. For reference, a BBL employs liposuction to remove fat from other parts of the body, in other words, moving things around. Often the fat on the stomach or thighs is sucked out and injected into the buttocks. In a recent episode of the family show The Kardashians, Kylie said she would reverse the decision to get plastic surgery if she could. "I wish I never got it done to begin with," she told her BFF. "I recommend anyone thinking about it to wait after having children." She went on to say that her daughter Stormy, 5 years old, helped her keep things in perspective. "Obviously I have a daughter too. I'd be heartbroken if she wanted to get her body done at 19, like Kylie did. She's the most beautiful thing ever."